All right, welcome everyone. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Pedro.
Liverhead.
Liverpool.
I never could
Okay,
remember that
Emilio.
name.
Emilio, come
Emilio,
on.
that's the one I'm familiar with. How you doing, Emilio?
I'm good, I'm good. And
Thank you
you?
for coming today. Pedro also and Michelle from IDG. Emilio, one of the big supporter of IDG here in New York City. We thank you for coming. Our topic today will focus on the autonomous vehicle and the threat that they pose on drivers here in New York City. I'm going to let Michelle give a quick understanding what is autonomous vehicle and how we are putting it on our radar to see how it's going to affect the drivers in the long run. Michelle, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, so, most people think time, they have time. We don't have time. We have already seen that Waymo has requested authorization to map the city. We as drivers look at things and we say, oh, it's never going to happen. Guess what? They started this 3 years ago and didn't think it would take about 5 to 10 years for this to happen. But they're already driving in several states successfully. And us as a different entity, because we have the TLC license, we have regulations that's slightly different than the other states that can just put them on the road and there you go, and they start picking up riders, right? But what happens to our businesses? Because we may think we have 3 years, we may think we have 5 years, but if they're mapping already and asking for a different category, what happens to us, our independent status, right? Because look at the things that they're not looking at. If this becomes a thing, which it's headed that way, then we no longer will be independent contractors because the first they said we'll put you behind the wheel, right? So are you independent then? No, right? Because now you're working for Waymo, so they can dictate your time, which is not why we got into this business. We got in this business to control our own time and our own destiny, which has been working forever. Now we have an issue. Now they want to say, oh, okay, you're going to be fine. You'll have an option and they'll bring new jobs. Okay. So then why is the USD DOT saying they want the new autonomous vehicles to come without pedals, without brakes, and without side mirrors?
They also said that?
Correct. Yes. And I have the article, I have it, and I print it and I share with drivers. So if they're doing that, that is the next step.
The next step. Okay.
Yes. So that means that there will be no job for us because what would we be able to do in a car without a pedal, without a steering wheel, and without side mirrors? So they're ultimately telling you your job, your business is going to be obsolete.
Yeah.
So what do we do as drivers? What's our step? What is your idea to
Well,
help us?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. This is what I think I would do, or what I suggest everybody to do. We have to stand up and do the opposition to all these new things. We are the people who have been doing this work for life, and we cannot allow this autonomous car to come to kick us out of our job. You guys, all of you, have to stand up whenever we call you. We send you a notification to go to any protest or any caravan to come show up because you're gonna be kicked out of your job. Okay? Don't you think that this is not gonna happen? Everybody's saying like this a long time ago. That's not gonna happen on all different things.
That's
At
correct.
the beginning, they were talking about just an electric car. That's not gonna happen, and we have it already.
Correct.
Now people are saying this is not gonna happen. Probably in New York it's gonna be a little harder, but it doesn't mean that it's not gonna happen. We have to stand up and say no to this autonomous car. Okay?
How about you,
Yeah,
Elliot?
I think like every time like people get united,
Mm-hmm.
it makes us strong.
Yes.
And like my brother Pedro said here, we have to stand
Mm-hmm.
up
Mm-hmm.
and fight
Mm-hmm.
for what we believe
Mm-hmm.
is is our right
Mm-hmm.
to continue doing what we've been doing for many years.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, this is depend our whole family.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our family depend on us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's something like I mean, happen. We're gonna be out of job forever. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
We have to stand up, brothers and
Mm-hmm.
sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Stand up,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And let's continue to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give up,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Stand up. Be strong. And have faith in the Lord and God. Have faith that we can do it.
Correct. And think about this, right? So now, okay, so they kick us out. They have not had any idea what they're going to bring to replace this. In one of the seminars or conferences I went to, they said, oh, they'll give new opportunity for new jobs. Can you tell a 65-year-old that he needs to start a new career at age 65 when he's getting ready to retire? Can you tell a 70-year-old that he got to start all over again? Can you tell the immigrant who planned on this being their business to get started in the US a decent job, right? That this is no longer. And so now, and then what happens to that? We are going to be a strain on the government because guess what? There's nothing else to learn and start at 65. So all of those drivers that are past a certain age, because even if you look in corporate America, right? They're not looking for a 40-year-old or a 50-year-old to hire. They're looking for a 22-year-old or 25-year-old to give the new job. So now what happens to us? So now we're going to end up being a strain on the system because now the system has to figure out how to take care of over 85,000 drivers plus their families.
Correct.
And now think about it. Will an autonomous vehicle go out and buy clothes? Will autonomous vehicle go out and buy food? Will autonomous vehicle go out and just hang out at a bar? Will autonomous, who's going to be spending that money? The 1%, the 10%? So what happens to the economy? Because it's not only about us losing us, but it's also about the other sectors within what we support. Because we bring the economy, we bring money. We give traffic tickets because they're making money off of us. The licenses, they're gonna make money.
Correct.
Even TLC will have to shut down certain departments because they won't need it anymore.
Exactly.
Right?
Great
So
point.
think about all of the other entities that's going to be affected. But let's go back to drivers, right? What it's going to take for a driver to realize it's now that they need to stand up. We have a petition out there. The numbers need to be, we need to have every driver and their family flock and sign that petition. How do we get that to happen?
If we get together, if we all get together and start sending the petition to everybody, our friends, family, even unknown people, we can get it. But we have to do it. Remember, let me tell you, if you remember, probably back in the 90s, you used to go to a supermarket or to any BJ's or any of those places. They used to have people working in each table, in each counter. Now, most of them are the machine that you do yourself.
Automated.
You scan your merchandise yourself. So they're kicking out people from their job.
Right.
So you cannot allow this to happen to us.
Yes.
Exactly.
You cannot allow this to happen to us. We have to stand up together and say no to those autonomous cars. Okay? Get up, stop sleeping, because if you let them go,
How do you
you're
call
gonna
it?
be then thinking
you're gonna be out of job,
what
yeah.
you didn't do.
Right.
Okay?
You got to
To
say,
get something
Right.
on what he's saying, to add something, that's exactly what happened when you remember when we used to cross from Manhattan to
Oh, yeah, the
from
toll.
to-
Yeah.
toll, right?
Yes, the
There
toll.
used to be
Toll.
Yes,
people
all those
there
shops
working for
gone.
many years.
Yes.
And now they started doing the easy pass, and now
Mhm.
all those people is out of the job right now.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
and I believe there's a lot of other things they wanted to get people out of the job, and they have done it for many companies that they do the automatic thing. Like I mean, it's a disaster if they continue doing that. So
Correct.
like, we have to stand up. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Well, we have to be united.
Be
So
together.
what you have to say is, wake up,
Wake
wake
up.
up,
That's
wake
right.
up, drivers,
Wake up.
wake up,
Brothers and
wake
sisters.
up, wake up. It's not far. It's not far. It is here.
It's here.
It's here,
It's
and
right
it
now.
might pass you. And to give an example, I rode in a Waymo because when we did the conference, one of the requirements was for us to test it, right? Think about a safety issue too. Is a passenger going to know that when he gets in the car, the passenger who might have been intoxicated before threw up all over the car and here's this thing come? Or let's say someone's having a medical emergency, is the
Great
thing
point.
going to know to take them to the hospital instead of this stuff? How can he reroute if he's having a heart attack in the middle? You're not thinking, all you're thinking of what do I do for my process, right? How
Great
much
point.
more illegal activity is going to happen, right? Drugs going to go through these cars like left, right, because there's nothing to detect that you're
Right.
carrying
Yes.
illegal activities. Sex
That's a good
trafficking is going to go like through the roof, right? All of these little things that they are not thinking about the society. This is the perfect solution for illegal activities, right?
Yep.
So we now have
Child
to
trafficking too. They can do
child
it.
trafficking because
Yeah.
once they put them in the child is not going to know who they're going to say I need help.
Right. Right.
And is an autonomous vehicle going to recognize that child needs help?
Exactly.
It is crazy to think that we are looking at one of the young ladies here, her son was working in an Amazon warehouse.
Okay.
It's a person and a robot. The robot brings you the merchandise, it scans
There you
this
go.
arrow, goes down, he takes the stuff, put it in. There's no
What I
human
was talking
contact,
before. What I was
right?
saying before, right.
There's no human contact. And the only reason they are humans, they said, is because it's part of the requirements for them to have a few. But if they could replace all of it, because guess what?
Eventually, that's what they're going to try to do.
Greed is something. What is that 1% going to do? You can't take it to the grave with you,
Exactly.
right? But you will wreck an economy just to have a lifestyle for money to sit in the bank. Whereas you can look and say, I am impacting all of these
Great.
families, right? But us as drivers, we are immigrants. We don't just support one family. You support two, right? Because you
we
send
support
money.
back home. We
Right.
support a lot of our families.
So now
Yeah.
those economies are gonna suffer too, because there's no money to go back there,
Right.
right? So now you're not only stifling here in the U.S., you're stifling across the world,
Across the world, yeah.
right? So now we need drivers to say they came here to help both. So now how are you gonna do that? Stop thinking it's okay and you have time. You don't.
No.
Just like the people who think, we had a young driver came in and his brother came, was 53 years old, died of a heart attack on his bed. He went to sleep, didn't think that he's only 53.
Wow.
Time is never guaranteed. That's why industry is never guaranteed because they're not looking out for the people, they're looking out for their pockets.
Michelle, let me tell you, they're gonna do the impossible to try to introduce that here because what happens is that they only think about money and they are gonna save a lot of money if they don't have a driver there. Imagine that you're gonna pay one time buying or making the vehicle and then they don't have to pay a driver. They don't even have to pay gas because they're gonna have it's gonna be electric. They don't have to pay taxes, just the sales tax, but they don't have to go through the driver. Also, the city is gonna lose a lot of money because the driver is gonna pay taxes to the city. There are a lot of things that they have to consider, but you have to wake up. You have to wake up.
You have to wake up.
Okay.
Yes.
And another thing I want to add, me and you was talking about before we came into Zoom, you were mentioning like when if they put like a cone in the corner,
Right.
the car gonna stop
Yes.
automatically, and
Yes.
it will continue. It will like back it up
Yes.
to keep going.
Yes.
It's gonna stay right there
Yes.
until
Yes.
they move the cone. What
Yes.
about nobody gonna move the cone because that vehicle it doesn't have a driver, you know,
Correct.
like us.
Imagine there is an accident and another car hit this car, hit and wrong. Who's gonna pay? I mean, who's gonna call the 911?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
That's another
Yes.
thing too.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
remember mentioning to you that a few years ago, probably five, I don't know, six, when they started in the beginning, I remember seeing the news that one passenger, the car, he kept going.
Yes.
And then he
Killed
hit the wall.
it.
You heard about
Yes.
that, right?
Yes.
He hit the wall, and that passenger died
Yes.
out of
Yes.
that
Yes.
because it lost control.
Right.
I
Yes.
mean, come on, man.
Yes.
You think you're like 100% secure? You're gonna
Yes.
get to your destination when you're going alive? I mean, hopefully that never happened, but it could happen. It could happen
Yes.
again. So
Yes.
come on.
But we
Who
live.
guarantee you 100% you're gonna be, safe on those kind of vehicles?
Right. So we will wrap this conversation right now. We will continue with you, brother, and Pedro. What is important to recognize that there is a threat in many from many facets. I would say from job loss, wage suppression, loss of bargaining power, deactivation by
Yes.
obsolescence. That means drivers will get deactivated. They're not going to have any chance of getting back.
That's right.
And loss of professionalism.
Yes.
And the value that the license that we had for over 30 years ourselves, the past generation, they started getting the license in 1980, I believe, or 1990s.
Yeah.
The risk on society and communities
Right.
that you guys just mentioned right now, how dangerous this vehicle could be on society.
Yes.
Your child, your mother, your brother, your
Yes.
nephew, all your family members, your friend, your
That's right.
coworkers. One thing that we're not paying attention is data exploitation
Yes.
from these app companies.
Yes.
Right now, what they are trying to do on 2030, and the city mandated a change on
Change it.
2030. All
EVs.
vehicles must be AV vehicles, and those AV vehicles, they have technologies that can literally steal data from your car and know how your driving behavior is,
Yes.
and
Yes.
implement it into AI and creating
Yes.
more robust
faster.
autonomous vehicles.
Yes. Yes.
And of course, we know that corporations monopolies. That's something that's not going to stop, right? And
Right.
this is another way that they will, EV fleets could consolidate power among, corporation like Google. Google is actually name is Alphabet. There is Alphabet A and I think Alphabet B or C or something like that. And this may lead to a really labor disaster.
Yes.
And you guys started the conversation about how you go to the supermarket and you don't find cashiers anymore, and you can do it yourself, right? What that opened the door for? Open door for thievery.
TV. Yes.
So everybody is going and stealing. So that kind of hurt the economy instead of fixing it, right? And it's all about convenience. Everything is
Yes.
about convenience right now.
Everything's about
Like,
convenience.
look,
But,
technology.
convenient for who?
Yes.
Say.
For the corporation,
Right. Yes, for the
when you cast
corporation.
when you cast employees out, you generate more revenue because you don't have to pay people. And I
Yes.
think that's the reality that we live in right now.
And they're also stating that AI is taking out the job entry level for college, even college graduates. So now you spend all these hundreds of thousands of dollars to send your kids to college to come out and find that they can't get a job. that their stuff, and then they're coming back home, and you're left with loans.
All those sacrifices.
All that sacrifice for
went
nothing.
for nothing.
And then the other thing to that too is when you look at the not only the economy but the job loss in the college of kids. Now, what do we do? How do we motivate people to even go after? And why are you making the drivers buy an EV when you're pushing them out with AVs? Why are you going to make it electric vehicles and then you're telling them, oh, no, sorry, we're gonna give 20,000 autonomous vehicles, so these drivers who go into these new loans are going to be stuck with a loan with no income coming in because their business has been taken away because you said, oh, the AVs are doing it better. But at the end of the day, what exactly are you doing? Why are you doing that? Then you need to take the EVs out, period. And let the drivers use what they have and then figure out what we're going to do. But the other solution to that too is why our drivers, their license, their plates should be used, or they can rent them. The autonomous vehicle, if you want, the driver's happy to stay home, but he can make money off the plate. Right? Pay him every time, just like you pay Uber per ride a percentage, pay the driver a percentage to use the plate.
Yeah.
So he can have income coming in, not to the corporation. So they have to bridge the gap.
But again, we have to really pay attention because this corporation, they're gonna put political pressure, and they will find a way not to use any plate regulations.
Yes.
And that's their goal.
Yes.
And they want to eliminate the taxi and limousine commission, which regulates the industry of FHV and yellow taxi and the rest. But again, how can we build public and political pressure around the issue of job loss?
But think about
due to AVs,
But what did the yellows do? You know how they were able to, and I always say, when Baravi Desai is quiet, she's working on something in the background. So you realize that anyone with a disability will always need a wave and a human behind it. So do you think that for any reason at all, when they said you have to retire yellow, it must be wave compliant after that? So you cannot just get another yellow that's just regular. It has to be wave compliant so that part of the industry will never die. It will always have that. If
I want to be a devil's advocate, I would say wave can stay.
No, I understand that.
Right.
But that sector is now separate and protected because they don't consider yellow. And even though we have the same license, yellow is yellow, FHV is FHV. We're still separated by protections, right? We are not equal in protections because when that happened, they should have also looked at how do we protect FHV drivers. And if you say you fight for FHV drivers, why didn't you fight for FHV drivers to have similar rights? It's not equal.
It's not equal.
Also, if you think about this, how much money TLC is going to lose on every driver license that they are not going to expend it anymore?
But they will get something on the AVs, I'm sure. But they won't need as many departments because you're not regulating people. It's just a vehicle.
Right.
So a lot of departments at TLC will have to shut down. Lot of joys, lot of jobs.
Well, there's been a really an opening for more conversation about surrounding the threat of AV that deposes on us here in New York City. And we will come back another episode. We bring our brother here with your nice glasses. Let me actually put the camera on you to discuss more. And when we come back, stick around. We will have Emilio and Pedro. Yes, go ahead. Your last thoughts. Yes.
Okay, my last thought. Brothers and sisters, we need to be strong. Okay, we have to be strong. because that's the only way we can get through this.
We need to be together.
We need to be together.
Together.
We have to get like unify all of us. Like Sister C said, what about the yellow card? Why they don't before us? They can protect us. Now they're gonna have to do something to get so we all could be protected from this thing coming up. But if we unite together and we be strong, I believe in the name of Jesus that we can.
Yes.
Amen.
Thank
do
you,
it,
Lord.
right?
Thank you, Father.
Yeah,
Yes.
amen.
The threat
Yes,
is
thank you,
real,
Father.
and we need to unite more than ever. With that said, I want to thank you, all of you, for being here with us, and we see you on the next one. Thank you,
All
Emilio. Thank you,
right.
Pedro, and thank you,
Strong.
Michelle.
All
Be
right.
strong.
God bless.
Wake up.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Wake up.
Wake up.